We got a lot of projects we're going to work on ourselves. We have a gold skarn project in BC called October Dome. We have some orogenic gold projects in Ontario. So we got all the bases covered. Copper projects, gold projects, nickel projects.
StockPulse.com. We are on location, Vancouver Resource Investment Conference 2023, and I've got Rob Cameron here. He runs Commander Resource, traded CMD on the Toronto Venture Exchange. Rob, it's been a while. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. And it has been a while, so it's good to be back at the show here. It's a nice upbeat show, and it's good to be out in public again.
Yeah, rough couple of years here. I know you had a pretty decent year last year, so why don't you run through maybe some of your accolades?
Yeah, last year was probably one of our busiest years yet, and as our business model relies a lot on partnerships, our partners really came through for us last year. So we had about $3 million in partner-funded exploration last year. I'd have to say the highlight of it all was probably our inaugural drill test on our Burn Copper Gold Porphyry project in BC, which was funded with our partners Freeport, McMoran, and Etosha. So we got 5 holes in on that, waiting for the assays to go public here in a couple of weeks, and it's been great in that front. And then our other partners, Ivanhoe, drilled in Newfoundland for our Voisey's Bay nickel project, and a couple others. So it's been a really good year for us, contrary to what the market sentiment was last year. So and we're hoping for much the same this coming year too, with our partners and our own funded activity.
Yeah, let's get into that. I mean, looks like you might have a little tailwind here this year. Maybe not. Who knows? I mean, we can't ever count our chickens here before they're hatched. But talk about 23. Talk about what gets investors excited about being involved in Commander.
I guess right out of the gate will be press releasing some results from our projects that are still trickling in through the fall. So that'll lead us through the spring. But our work effort will be partner-funded activity again. We're waiting for what the scope of the programs funded by our partners, particularly Freeport, will be on our Burn project and Ivanhoe on our Voisey's Bay project. But we also have partners in Mexico with Southern Empire on one of our, what's turning into looking like a Carlin-type gold system in Mexico. And then our own activity. We got a lot of projects we're going to work on ourselves. We have a gold skarn project in BC called October Dome. We have some orogenic gold projects in Ontario. So we got all the bases covered. Copper projects, gold projects, nickel projects.
Got all kinds of stuff going on.
We managed to do that because we have a lot of partners funding some of it, and some of it we'll do our own.
Yeah, let's dig into the model here a little bit for investors here. You got your skin in the cat a few ways here. So talk about your revenue streams and.
Yeah, well, exploration is expensive, and the odds of discovery are very high. So it's we want to spread the risk around by having a lot of projects on the go. But the only way to do that is to do it with partners. So our treasury is for some of our project-specific project generation activities, and then some of the more expensive programs, particularly the remote ones, we have to bring in a partner to use their funds to really advance the project. But that way we could explore a lot of projects concurrently that a normal company couldn't, because they're spending their own treasury on one project usually, or two. So we spread the risk around. It's a novel approach, or unique approach, but it's the way to go.
There's a royalty component as well, right?
Yeah, we have a large royalty portfolio, and even our royalty partners this year came through for us. I guess the highlight might be the drilling on the Storm project in the Arctic with our partner Aston Bay Holdings and the new Australian partner American West. They had spectacular copper drill intercepts up in that project where we have a royalty, and they're going to have another aggressive program this summer on that. And then on the other front, we had a joint venture with Imperial Metals at our lands we had around their mine at Mount Poly, and they vested at 100%. So we now have this newly minted royalty that includes parts of the mine complex as well as the exploration lands around it. So we have a royalty right at a mine site in that particular case. So yeah, the royalties don't seem to gather a lot of interest, but there's a lot of hidden value in those assets.
Wow. A lot to pay attention to this year, huh?
Yes, it's going to be a busy year.
All right. Rob Cameron, he's the CEO, Commander Resources, CMD, Toronto Venture Exchange in Canada. Rob, thanks for that update.
Thanks.